Good morning, students. Today we'll study about respiration process. Respiration process is one of the processes given in chapter Life Processes. We have already studied about nutrition. Now we will study about respiration. It is the process by which food is burnt in the cells of the body with the help of oxygen to release energy. So what is the objective of respiration? It is release of energy. It takes place in mitochondria. That's why mitochondria is called as powerhouse of the cell. The energy released during respiration is used to make ATP molecules. What is the full form of ATP? It is adenosine triphosphate. And how it will be formed? It will be formed when one ADP molecule will combine with one phosphate molecule. It will be converted into ATP. The full form of ADP is adenosine diphosphate. So addition or combination of ADP and phosphate will give ATP molecule. What is ATP molecule? It is called as energy currency. Energy currency of the cell. Why so? Because energy is stored in the cell in the form of ATP molecules. When the cells need energy, ATP is broken down in the presence of water to form ADP and energy is released. And this energy will be utilized for various functions like maintenance, then growth, then other life processes like nutrition, digestion, excretion. For each and every process, there is need of energy. So, this energy will be utilized for these functions. Now, types of respiration. There are two main types of respiration. These are aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. These are aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. Now, what is aerobic respiration? It takes place in the presence of oxygen, or we can say the type of respiration which takes place in the presence of oxygen is called as aerobic respiration. It produces more energy and the end products are carbon dioxide, water and energy. It takes place in most of the organism. You should focus on the main keywords. It is first point, presence of oxygen is must for aerobic respiration. It is the second keyword, more amount of energy is released, and number third, these are the end products, carbon dioxide, water and energy. Now this is the worded equation involved in aerobic respiration. Glucose, that is C6H12O6 O6 will break down in pyruvic acid. This process will take place in the absence of oxygen and it occurs in the cytoplasm. Then it is the first step. What is the second step? In second step, pyruvate will be broken down in carbon dioxide, water and energy. And this process will need presence of oxygen. And this process takes place in mitochondria. So, while writing the details about aerobic respiration, you should write each and every word that has been highlighted here. Now, anaerobic respiration. Anaerobic respiration takes place in the absence of oxygen. First point, while writing the differences. It produces less energy. Second point, and the end products are lactic acid or ethanol, carbon dioxide and energy. It will depend whether we are talking about anaerobic respiration in muscle cells or we are talking about anaerobic respiration in yeast, fungi or bacteria. So products will be different. If we are talking about muscle cells, then there will be the production of lactic acid, carbon dioxide and energy. In anaerobic respiration in muscle cells, glucose is converted into pyruvate, and in the absence of oxygen, pyruvate is converted into lactic acid and energy. It is the first process. It is same in both cases, in aerobic as well as in anaerobic respiration. It takes place in cytoplasm and it occurs in the absence of oxygen. This process is called as glycolysis. Glycolysis. Now pyruvate will be broken down in lactic acid and energy. It takes place in the absence of oxygen and in muscle cells. Whenever we are having requirement of high energy, then anaerobic respiration occurs in our muscle cells and little amount of energy, 2 ATP molecules of energy will be released in this process. And if we are talking about anaerobic respiration in yeast or bacteria, then what will happen? Glucose will broken down in pyruvate. First step, it will be in cytoplasm. Then second step, pyruvate, which is 3-carbon compound, will be broken down into ethanol, carbon dioxide and energy. This takes place in the absence of oxygen. Now, I have also arranged these differences in tabular form for your ease, so that you could write 3 points of differences in your exams, because most of the time this question has been asked in 3 marks. For getting 3 marks, you should write 3 points. So once again I am recapitulating. Aerobic respiration takes place in the presence of oxygen. It takes place in the absence of oxygen. Aerobic respiration, complete oxidation of glucose takes place. And here incomplete oxidation takes place, or we can say glucose molecule is incompletely oxidized. Now, number third point. What are the end products in aerobic respiration? We have studied these are carbon dioxide, water and energy. Okay. And in anaerobic respiration, there will be release of ethyl alcohol or lactic acid and carbon dioxide along with the release of energy. Energy will be released in both types of respirations. Now, what is the difference? Lots of energy is liberated in aerobic respiration, that is 38 ATP molecules. But in anaerobic respiration, very less energy will be liberated. It is only 2 ATP molecules. Fifth point, it occurs in plants and animal cells, and anaerobic respiration occurs mainly in anaerobic bacteria and human muscle cells. We have discussed ATP molecules already. It is called as energy currency and the full form is adenosine triphosphate. So this is very important point. You should keep it in your mind. Now I have arranged all kinds of respiration, or we can say there are different pathways of breakdown of food. I have tried to write here all points on a single page for your convenience. You can see glucose is 6-carbon molecule. Just concentrate on the flow chart. Glucose is 6-carbon molecule, and in the cytoplasm it will be converted into pyruvate. It is 3-carbon molecule, and this process is called as glycolysis. no oxygen is required. No oxygen is required in this process. And this process is same in both types of respirations, whether aerobic respiration or anaerobic respiration. In next step, it is first step. Now what is second step? Second step is different in different types of respirations. Number one, we are talking about bacteria or in yeast cells, anaerobic respiration. It occurs in the absence of oxygen, and what will be the products? These will be ethanol, carbon dioxide and energy. How many ATP molecules will be released here? Only 2 ATP molecules. Second pathway, it occurs in our muscle cells. It is also a kind of anaerobic respiration. Whenever we are having high energy needs, anaerobic respiration occurs in our muscle cells, and there will be the release of lactic acid and energy. Third pathway, it is aerobic respiration. It takes place in presence of oxygen. It occurs in mitochondria, and there will be the production of carbon dioxide, water and energy. So first is anaerobic respiration in yeast cell, second is anaerobic respiration in muscle cells, and third is aerobic respiration in human beings or animals. Okay, I think now you people will be understood about it. Now we will move ahead. How respiration occurs in humans. Before studying this, we should know about the respiratory system of human beings. The main organs of the respiratory system are nostrils, nasal cavity, pharynx, larynx, trachea, bronchi, bronchioles, lungs, and diaphragm. To learn these names, I will suggest that you should draw a flow chart. You can understand that air will be passed through these organs according to the flow chart. I am writing over here. First of all, air will enter in our system by means of nostrils. Then it will pass through nasal cavity. Then it will pass through pharynx. After that, larynx. Then trachea. After that, bronchi. Then bronchioles. Then lungs, and inside the lungs then there will be alveoli. So this is the flow chart. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth and ninth. It will be helpful. First of all, air will be entered in nostrils, then it will pass through nasal cavity. After that, pharynx, larynx, trachea, bronchi, bronchioles, lungs, and ultimately it will reach up to alveoli. Alveoli are the site of exchange of gases. Now this is the complete mechanism. Air enters through the nostrils, and we know that hairs are present in a nasal cavity. What is the use of hairs and mucus? Hairs and mucus traps the dust particles. They traps the dust particles. Then air will pass through pharynx, larynx, trachea, bronchi and enters the lungs. The trachea, why, very important question, why our respiratory tract or trachea doesn't collapse? The answer is the trachea has rings of cartilage. One mark, very important question. It can be asked in MCQs. You must be knowing that there will be 20 MCQs, each carrying 1 mark. So you should focus on each and every word. It prevents it from collapsing when there is no air in the trachea. The bronchi divides into smaller tubes, which is called as bronchioles, which ends in tiny air sacs alveoli. Alveoli are the most important part. Each and every part is important, but alveoli are the most important part of our respiratory system. The alveoli is supplied with blood vessels through which exchange of gases takes place, and the alveoli helps to increase the surface area for exchange of gases. So, alveoli can be compared with the villi present in our alimentary canal, especially. These are present in our small intestine and large intestine. What is the function of villi? Villi also increase the surface area for absorption of digested food. Same, alveoli helps in the increase of surface area for exchange of gases. It is one question in your NCERT that compare the villi with the alveoli on the basis of structure, site and functions. So what will be the difference? Number one, alveoli are present in respiratory system in our lungs, and the other one, there will be that villi are present in our small intestine. Then structure, what can we write in structure? Alveoli are balloon shaped air sacs, villi are finger like structures, and the function of alveoli is to provide large surface area for exchange of gases, and the function of villi is to increase the surface area for absorption of food. So it is very important 3-mark question once again. Now, what is the mechanism of breathing? What happens to the diaphragm? What happens to the ribs? We will study in this particular slide. There are two main processes, exhalation and inhalation. Inhalation is the intaking of air which is rich in oxygen, and exhalation or breathing out is the process of giving out or release of air which is rich in carbon dioxide. When we breathe in air, the muscles of the diaphragm contract and moves downwards. Very important. What happens to the muscles of diaphragm? These move downward and the chest cavity expands and air enters into the lungs. When we breathe out air, the muscles of the diaphragm relaxes and moves upward and the chest cavity contracts and air goes out. But along with the function of diaphragm, ribs also do very important function. What are the movements of ribs? When we inhale air, then diaphragm will move downwards and ribs will move outwards, and both of these movements increase the volume of chest cavity. There will be more space for lungs to inflate, and in the process of breathing out or exhalation, there will be opposite action. The muscles of diaphragm will move upward and ribs will move inwards. There will be decrease in the volume of chest cavity and air will be forced out of the body by means of nostrils. We can understand the process of respiration by means of this model. We have taken a Y-shaped tube. We have tied 2 balloons, and on the lower side we have tied 1 sheet of rubber. this sheet of rubber will work as diaphragm. Okay, in second diagram, during inhalation you can understand if we pull this sheet downwards, it increases the volume of chest cavity. There will be more space for balloons to inflate, and when we leave this sheet, there will be increase in the pressure and volume of lungs will decrease and they will deflate. So this is about the process of respiration. I hope this process is clear to you. Thank you so much.